Hey doing everyone, welcome back. Well, I know I've been kind of absent here lately, like I've told you before, and it's an excuse. It's not a good reason. I've got other projects going on, so I'm still going to try to get more content out. I've just been more focused on something else and not as focused on this as I should be. Anyway, what are we talking about today? The United States just lost a great man. You can say what you will about his politics, and it's okay to disagree with him, but Jimmy Carter has died, 100 years old. He is the longest former president that we have ever had. The president who has lived to the oldest age. And he is also proof that that old saying, only the good die young, is false. Absolutely false. Say what you will about his presidency. Personally, I think it was a disaster. However, that does not say anything about his character. You know what says something about his character? The way he lived. The way he lived. That man, in his 90s, was out there still pounding nails, picking up a hammer and pounding nails, building houses with Habitat for Humanity. He had been involved with them. I want to say he would, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure you will. I have a comment section, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. He may have had something to do with founding Habitat for Humanity. I'd have to check on that. But regardless, whether it was his creation or not, whether he was involved in founding it, he was definitely involved with it. Pounding nails. I mean, this is the guy who sent his daughter Amy to a public school in Washington while he was president. And there were reasons for that. Some of it was, maybe he was trying to do the right thing. Maybe it was an optical thing. I don't know. And it doesn't matter now. But he, with the troubled times that our country was in at the time, he was at least demonstrating through his leadership that he personally and his family personally were willing to make certain sacrifices. Which is not to say that Amy didn't get a good education at that public school. I don't know. But a simple peanut farmer from Plains, Georgia. And that man, he was married to Rosalind for, I want to say, 75 years. Long time. Most people don't even last that long, let alone marriages. So, that's another prime example. I mean, an American Love Story, an example of how to make a marriage work. Enlisted in the Navy. Actually, enlisted, not quite the right word. He was an officer in the Navy. World War II and beyond. He got out in sometime in the 1950s. I want to say 56, not 100% sure on that. I know it was in the 50s. Governor of Georgia. Yeah, he had an amazing life. An amazing life. And is he someone I would have voted for president had I been, well, I was alive while he was president throughout his entire presidency. But, yeah, he was elected when I was just under 2 years old. So, and, you know, he was defeated when I was just shy of 6 years old. So, had I been old enough to vote at the time, it's likely it would not have been for him. But, you know, that is what it is, you know. That doesn't make him a bad person. Just because, you know, honestly, I may have voted for him the first time, but not the second time, just because of whether his fault or not, his presidency didn't go well. But his life really did. His life did. Habitat for Humanity out there driving nails, building houses for the less fortunate, for, you know, people who needed houses. You know, I knew a couple once that had a house built by Habitat for Humanity. I could lead you right to that house right now. I mean, I'm not going to, obviously. But, yeah. Now, is Jimmy Carter involved in that particular house? No. But this little old peanut farmer, when he got out of the Navy, he went back to farm peanuts. Runs for governor at some point. As a dark horse underdog candidate, decides that he's going to run for president. Now, if what I heard today is correct, the current president, Joe Biden, was the first federal legislator outside of Georgia to endorse Jimmy Carter. And they did have, they had a good working relationship. They had a good personal relationship, by all accounts. But, yeah, Jimmy Carter, gone, 100 years old, life well lived. Only the good die young? Apparently that's not true. Catch you next time.